Yeah, I thought I'd have a test flight of the 400 version of the 737 which showed up at the Org recently. And what better way to do that than by combining it with the next leg of the Palawan Tour. Yeah, I remember there was a guy down the pub, Weird Bob, he once told me that the 400 was the specific bush flying version of the 737, so I'm sure it would be fine. He wouldn't have made that up. And there are reasonably long runways today, both at the departure and destination, so we'll be okay, I think, even if they are grass kind of dirt runways. Alright, up easy enough. For something with the speed of this, it's hardly worth putting the gear and flaps up, as they'll be coming back down again very soon, but I will at least make a half-arsed effort at that. Yeah, so for first impressions it seems okay. From the forum upload thread, I know there are things not right or fully working, but I get the feeling the author is going to keep going on this, so fingers crossed with future updates it keeps getting better. 737 without a full glass cockpit, that's always going to get a big thumbs up from me. Yeah, did love the FlyJ Sim 737-200 in X-Plane 11, but when they originally said they were going to update that for X-Plane 12, they seem to have lied. So yeah, this is my best option for a 737 at the moment. Yeah, with dials and gauges in the cockpit, not large television screens in front of me, which is how I like to fly. Just follow the coast down here now. Yeah, there's another dirt runway at Barong Airfield where we're going, but I'm thinking that if I'm careful with the speed, to get down early, full brakes and reversers and everything else, then we should have enough runway. I have faith. And speaking of faith, happy slightly late Easter. Yeah, that time of year where Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, and where I can only assume that Americans celebrate something to do with the flute player in a 1970s progressive rock band, because all of their artwork looks fuck all like a bloke from the Middle East. Seems okay in here, panels look nice enough, reasonably sharp texturing and all that kind of thing, so it's a decent cockpit to sit in, I've got to say, and seems to be flying okay at the moment. Obviously just hand flying it for now, so I've not tested any of the automation or many of the switches and things like that for this flight. There is a full cabin behind us as well, but don't think I've got time to go and take a shit to show that off during this flight. Runway is just over there. Yeah, we're not too far away now. Yeah, see if we can land, and then if all goes well we can add this plane to the fleet of the greatest air delivery company here in Palawan. That'll be Palafreight. And as for companies, well, sort of, I did buy a copy of the add-on XP Korea. Not done a huge amount with it yet, so I'll have a couple more flights and then maybe do a review video for that once I've seen a bit more of it in action. Bit early to tell yet, the needle's kind of in the middle from what I've seen so far, and I think I do need to use it a bit more to see whether it's going to be a thing that I'll be using more regularly or something that's going to slowly get shoved into a corner and forgotten about. Bit early to tell yet. Yeah, so runway ahead, starting to get things together for landing with regards to speed and configuration. There are some trees close to the airfield, but I seem to remember putting in a bit of a clearing at the end of the runway, so I'm hoping we can get down very close to the threshold. As for assistance from the plane, I noticed there was a lack of an 80 knot call out when we took off, so I'm going to take a guess that's something which is not yet implemented or not working properly. Therefore I'm not expecting the altitude call outs to happen during landing. It might surprise me and we do get those, but we'll see. I've done enough flying in a 737 to get a reasonable idea of what the visuals look like out of the window during touchdown, so we should be okay as long as we're missing the trees. Yeah, that's good. And okay, may have been a bit early on touchdown, but forward versus everything breaks and we're doing very well. Yeah, that stopped very easy. Yeah, not a problem at all. Loads of runway left over. I mean, okay, I did land a little early in the long grass, but don't think we hit a tree or even any of the smaller bushes, so I'm going to say, yeah, that went well. Yeah, we'll just park up here and that will do for this flight then. Yeah, so another Palawan leg complete and the 737-400 tested, which seems quite nice really, and hopefully it continues to get updates and continues to improve. So yeah, I quite like it. Okay then, I'll see you again soon. Bye.